The number of COVID-19 deaths has been increasing significantly these days. 29 more deaths were reported in the country yesterday despite a decline in the number of new cases. Meanwhile, in the US, top disease experts have warned of a deadlier surge of coronavirus cases as Americans return home from the Thanksgiving holiday. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepal's COVID-19 death toll climbs to 1,508 with 29 more deaths reported yesterday. Insurance companies continue delaying COVID-19 compensations to its clients. Over 6,000 development projects in a limbo as contractors delay work citing coronavirus crisis. Government fails to take actions. Brazil's space agency INPE says deforestation of the Amazon rainforest in the country has surged to its highest level since 2008. And Western United defeats Aston Villa 2-1 at the English Premier League. Fulham also defeats Leicester City with the same scoreline. Coronavirus has continued its surge in the country as the COVID-19 death toll has climbed to 1,508 with 29 more deaths reported yesterday. Meanwhile, 1,474 new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed yesterday, taking the total number of cases to 233,452. The federal capital reported 809 positive cases with 615 new cases in Kathmandu district, 125 in Lalitpur and 69 in Bhaktapur. 1,931 individuals registered full recovery in the past 24 hours, taking the national recovery tally to 214,521, while the recovery rate has climbed to 91.9%. There are over 17,000 active cases in the country with 5,609 corona patients in isolation centers, 11,814 in home isolation and 535 in various quarantine centers. According to the Health Ministry, 58 patients are receiving treatment in ventilators, while 375 are in ICUs across different hospitals in the country. Insurance companies in Nepal have continued exhibiting reluctance in paying the COVID-19 insurance compensations to its customers. Based on government regulations, companies must provide the insurance amount within 1 week after the clients submit their necessary documents. However, many customers have complained that they have yet to receive their compensations in more than 2 months. Meanwhile, the concerned Insurance Regulatory Authority has failed to bring these insurance companies into jurisdiction. We have more in this report.
On 10th of October, Tourism Minister Yogesh Bhattrai tested positive for coronavirus. The minister recovered from the virus within 3 weeks and was provided with his COVID-19 insurance compensations soon after submitting his COVID-19 documents. Minister Bhattrai then used the amount to support those who could not afford to pay the premium for the same insurance. However, many of these insured customers are struggling for their compensations. They have complained the insurance companies have not cleared their payments despite having submitted the required documents, including laboratory reports, recommendations from ward offices, among others, more than 2 months ago.
मैले फलो गरे उहाँहरुलाई टोटल डकुमेन्ट जे चाहिन्छ टोटल डकुमेन्ट सबमिट गरेर मैले दिइसकेपछि चाहिँ नि उहाँहरुलाई चाहिँ अब तपाईले कहिले मलाई भुक्तानी गर्नुहुन्छ भनेर भन्दाखेरि अहिले टाइम लाग्छ धेरै जना हुनुहुन्छ पाइपलाइनमा त्यसले गर्दा अहिले हामी टाइम टेबल भन्न सक्दैनौ अब कम्पनी हुन सक्छ अहिले यति नै आउँछ भन्न सक्दैनौ अहिले टाइम लाग्छ भन्ने किसिमको अलिकति अव्यावहारिक किसिमको चाहिँ कुराहरु आइरहेछ उहाँहरुको तर्फबाट इन्स्योरेन्सको तर्फबाट.
Based on government regulation, insurance companies must pay their clients within 1 week after receiving the concerned documents. As companies were found flouting this rule, the finance minister called on officials of the insurance board and representatives of insurance companies on 3rd of November and issued a directive to clear the pending payments within a week. However, insurance companies have yet to comply. On top of the inaction against the faulty insurance companies, the insurance board has also defended the insurance companies, citing lengthy certification processes. According to the insurance board, around 33,000 people have so far applied for their COVID-19 insurance compensations. more than 6,000 have yet to receive their payments. Many have also said they had to use political and administrative influences to receive their compensations.
And we'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. There is a legal provision to confiscate the deposit of the contractor who does not complete the project as per the agreement. However, the government has not been able to take action against the contractors even when more than 6,000 infrastructure projects have not been completed as per the agreements. Instead, the government is in the process of extending the deadlines in favor of the contractors, citing lack of resources. We have more in this report.
Out of the 7 contracts signed with contractors for the construction of the Patlaya-Birganj trade route, 6 contracts have already expired as 35% of the construction still remains to be complete. The contracts were handed over 4 years ago to complete the project within 2 years. However, the contractors have failed to complete the project as per the agreement. Out of the total budget of 5.65 billion rupees to blacktop the 31-kilometer road and to construct 10 bridges, some 3.29 billion rupees has already been spent, while the contractors have corresponded to the Department of Roads to extend the deadline of the project. Similar scenarios have been found in several other projects, including the Kali Gandaki corridor and the Jorpati Sundarijal road section, in which contractors have missed the deadline and have asked for the extension of the projects. There are more than 6,000 infrastructure projects that have been left unattended following the termination of the contracts or contracts being terminated before the completion of the projects. Legally, if the contractors miss the deadline, the amount as per the agreement cannot be released. The contractors who had been neglecting the projects in the past are now using the pandemic as an excuse and are lobbying for a year's extension. There has been a trend among the contractors to obtain contracts beyond their capacity and to receive hefty amounts in advance, leaving the projects unattended. The government, meanwhile, had extended the project deadlines by 6 months at the end of the last fiscal year. The Ministries of Fiscal Infrastructures and Finance are mulling over various alternatives following the pressure from the contractors. The government is in favor of prolonging the projects as it is not possible to release the budget to all the projects. Most of the infrastructure projects have been stalled as the government has not been able to make the contractors responsible to complete the projects. If the decision is taken in favor of abandoning the projects, development works will further be affected.
Several educational institutions have resumed operations amid the rising number of coronavirus cases in the country. In this context, we had asked the locals in Rukum what they think of the resumption. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
विद्यालय भवनहरु कक्षा कोठाको अपर्याप्तको कारणले गर्दा सामाजिक दूरी चाहिँ कायम गर्न सकिरहेको छैन। अब यसले चाहिँ कहीं न कतै समस्या ल्याउँछ भन्ने हामीलाई लागेको छ।
समस्या त पार्छ नै, तैपनि विद्यार्थीहरुको पहिला पढेको कुराहरु सबै बिर्सने एकदम समस्या अनि त्यसपछि छाडा डुलिरहेका छन्। त्यसैले विद्यार्थीहरुलाई स्वास्थ्य सम्बन्धी मापदण्डहरु अवलम्बन गरी पढाइ कायम राखिराखेका छौं।
ठूलो भिडभाड त्यस्तो विद्यार्थीको ठूलो भिडभाड पनि भएको छैन र अर्को कुरा चाहिँ हामीले अब साबुन पानीले हात धुने कुरा अनि सेनिटाइजर युज गर्ने कुरा अनि मास्क चाहिँ अनिवार्य गरेका छौं।
डर त छ तर पनि अब यो सरकारको नियम अनुसार हामीले त अब कोरोनाको डर भएर पनि हामीले पढाइरहेका छौं, विद्यालय सञ्चालन गरिरहेका छौं।
संक्रमणको जोखिम चाहिँ पक्कै पनि बढी नै छ, तैपनि हाम्रो शैक्षिक सत्रको कार्यक्रमको कारण र विद्यालय लामो समयसम्म बन्द रहेको कारणले केही न केही उनीहरुलाई सिकाउनु पर्ने, पठन पाठनमा व्यस्त राख्नुपर्ने अवस्थाले गर्दा हामीले विद्यालय सञ्चालन गर्नुपर्ने परेको छ।
कोभिड-19 को विरुद्धमा बस्नको लागि पनि बस्न र समाज अनि विद्यार्थीलाई पनि बचाउनको निम्ति त्यो खालको रणनीतिका साथ हामीले विद्यालय खोलिरहेका छौं। तर पनि विविध खालका समस्याहरू, विविध खालका समस्याहरू छन्।
शैक्षिक सत्र गुज्रिन लागिसकेको अवस्था छ। विद्यार्थीहरु घरमै छन्, उनीहरुको पठन पाठनलाई धेरै बाधा परिसकेको छ। पछाडी परे हुनाले पढाउनै पर्ने बाध्यता छ। त्यसकारण स्वास्थ्य सम्बन्धी मापदण्डहरु अपनाएर विद्यार्थीहरुलाई बोलाइराखेका छौं, पढाइराखेका छौं।
स्वास्थ्य मापदण्डहरुलाई पूर्ण रूपमा पालना गर्दै हामीले चाहिँ कक्षाहरु सञ्चालन गर्नु एउटा बाध्यता पनि रहेको छ।
And time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question. What's your take on the delay shown by insurance companies in paying the COVID-19 insurance amount to its clients? Your options are option A, insurance companies' high-handedness, option B, result of a lack of action, and option C, complicated procedures. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.